Hi, my name's Alexa. This is Not My Forté. Today we're going to be talking about moving from the corporate world into becoming a fitness instructor. I'm here today with Allison. Welcome, Allison.
Okay, thank you.
We're so happy to have you. Tell me a little bit about yourself, what you did in your past life before becoming a fitness instructor.
Yeah, so before becoming a fitness Pilates instructor, I used to work at a corporate America company. I have been working at a 9-to-5 full-time job for past 5 years.
Wow.
I was a social media manager. Super fun. I loved it. I had a big passion for it. I mean, I still do. I love doing it. But yeah, so different from what I'm doing now. But yeah, used to work at a full-time office job.
Yeah,
type role.
That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what made you make that transition from your corporate job in social media to teaching Pilates?
Yeah. Well, I didn't really have a choice to transition. I got fired.
Okay, T, tell me more.
Yeah. So I got fired at my last job. And I honestly just didn't have a choice. I had to change. I did freak out. I, like anyone
For
else.
sure. Anyone? Yes.
I literally freaked out. But yeah, I mean, no regrets. I mean, it was blessing in disguise. Probably better for
Usually
it,
is, right?
Yeah, usually is. So even though it was so stressful when it did happen, I'm truly grateful and so happy with where I'm at today as a Pilates instructor and be able to work at a studio that I love and being able to meet new people. But yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Can you whisper to me who the previous company was?
Yeah.
Or is this hush hush?
Oh, yeah. So the company I worked at is
No way.
Shocker.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm glad you made that transition.
Yeah. No regrets. I love it. It's super fun.
Okay, amazing. Tell me a little bit about when you first got into Pilates. When did that journey first begin for you?
Yeah. I mean, it all started with my mom. My mom,
Cute.
Yeah, she, even like back in the day, like when I was like preteen, teenager, like she always got those like, those like home workout DVDs. Yeah, she would like play those and it would just be like mat Pilates, like type kind of workouts.
How
and she
cute.
would just do them. And she's like, oh, honey, like you should join, like do it. And I'm like, no, like I'm not gonna do that with my mom. And I'm like 12, 13 years old,
Totally.
Like, I'm not gonna do that. It's just so not cool.
Yeah,
right.
For sure. Not at that age.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then my mom has been doing, she's been doing Pilates like past like 10 years, just like actively going to studios.
Wow.
And then she decided to get her certification. So obviously when she was in her certification program, I was her guinea pig to practice teach. So I'm like my first ever class, I did it with her.
Aww.
And it was so humbling, so hard. And as someone who came from like a weightlifting background, like this was just so different. I like after my first session with her, I felt sore in muscles in areas I didn't know like could be sore or like existed.
For sure.
You
Yes.
know? So after that, I was kind of hooked. Like she kept practice teaching on me. And then I was like, okay, I don't need you anymore. I'm ready to go to my own studio, like going to take classes in the own like group setting type thing. So I went to a class. Actually, Core was the first studio that I actually went to.
No way.
Yeah. So I went and I liked it and it was super fun.
That's so cute. I love that you started with your mom. Did you guys ever go to classes together?
You know what? We've never gone to class together.
Really?
Yeah, we know. I feel like just like scheduling, it's just tough now. And I feel like I mean, we totally could have like on the weekends, but because like I, as a Pilates instructor now, like I teach on the weekends. And if anything, like she takes my classes.
I love that. I was going to ask that next. That's perfect. That's so cute. I love that.
Yeah.
Tell me, when did you decide to get your actual certification? I know you've been obviously taking classes for a long time, but when did you make that leap?
Yeah. I kind of started like thinking maybe like actually while I was working at my last previous job, I was like, like this could be a really good like side thing. Like I've always been passionate about fitness. Like I'm super into health and wellness, like always been. And I feel like like I've mentioned before, I was in a weightlifting background and I've been weightlifting for the past 10 years, strength training. And I think Pilates has really changed like the game for my workout routine.
Yeah.
So I feel like I would want like other like strength training like like athletes or like weightlifting like people to like, you know, get into Pilates because like it has so many benefits for strength training.
Yes.
You know, so I wanted to like be able to do that too. So I feel like it was a good side thing. Obviously, it didn't turn into a side thing anymore. It is a full-time thing now. So it's super fun. Yeah.
But that's awesome that you happen to already be doing that before things ended with your previous job. So absolutely blessing in disguise, like you said earlier.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Like it was meant to be.
It was, yeah. All my friends say that too. It's like, it was just meant to be. Like you're supposed to be in this world. Yeah.
Was your friends and family supportive when you told them about the Pilates transition, or were they weary at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think like especially with my family, I think they really expected me to like work in that, you know, stable.
Yes, the 401k job.
Yeah, 401k job.
Yeah.
Like,
that's what I call it. Yeah.
No, literally. Yeah, you're sure. Like 401k, like all the benefits, like the insurance and all that, and just have like a stable income that I know that I will be receiving monthly.
Yep.
So that's something that they were worried about, but also with just the situation that I was in with that company, they're also just like, yeah, blessing in disguise. Like they're just so glad I even like left the company.
Yeah.
And I think they also just noticed that I'm just a lot happier with whatever I'm doing now, you know? Yeah. But, and then my friends, like, they also said the same thing, like blessing in disguise. Like you're like, especially my friends who know that I've always been into fitness, like they just think like, no, like you're meant to do this. Like you've always been into health and wellness. Like, this is so you. So
I'm sure they can see how much like lighter and more balanced and grounded you feel not having that 9 to 5 stress.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was so stressful.
Yeah.
I hated it kind of, but
do you miss anything about it at all? Maybe not.
I mean, I will say like maybe a stable, like I guess not a stable income. I guess I would just like knowing that I do make the same amount monthly. Like that's kind of assuring.
Yes.
To know.
Because people don't realize we're out here hustling. Like they don't necessarily know how it works to be paid as a fitness instructor until they are one.
Yeah. And actually like something that I realized, well now, because we're like entering into like flu season and stuff. Yes. I did realize I was like, oh damn, like we don't have PTO.
No days off.
Like
out here.
Yeah. Like we can ask for like subs, you know, to like take over like our classes, but we don't get paid for that, you know? Like at least like when I miss a day off work, like at least if I have some PTO hours, like I'm going to use it and I still get paid for that day.
True.
So that's something that I recently just realized. Other than that, like not really. I don't miss waking up early. I don't miss, especially when the time changes. Like I'm literally coming into the office in the dark, leaving the office in the dark.
Yeah.
Like
it's rough on your mental health.
Yeah.
For sure.
I probably will never have to deal with seasonal depression anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
good feeling.
You know, it's a really good feeling. I can be out in the sun, getting my vitamin D, all that. So
I love that. Mm-hmm. Tell me a little bit more about teaching Pilates. Like what about it is, you know, what do you love so much about it? What makes you happy, feel fulfilled?
Yeah. I'm a big like girl's girl type person. So I just love being able to like uplift women, empower them, make them stronger. So I love like meeting like new clients that come into like to my classes, getting to know them, and then also like getting them stronger, like especially like pushing them to their limit and stuff, getting them stronger. And I know like at the end of the class, like a lot of them do say like, oh, thank you so much. Like I loved your class. It was challenging, but it was just perfect amount of challenge. And I was like, that's what I really like to hear.
Yeah.
You know?
It's cool to watch people leave like empowered.
Yeah, exactly. Good. And like words of affirmation at the end. You know what I mean? Big on that.
We need that. We need that.
We all need that.
Because people don't realize you could leave every single class either with those positive words of affirmation or with some sort of like criticism.
Exactly.
So you never know what you're going to get. So it gets to you.
Yeah. And honestly, like if it is criticism, which I definitely did get, like any feedback is welcome, which I like. And
same.
Yeah. And I feel like working at like fitness studio like this, like everything, it's just so open.
Yeah.
Everything is just so open. So I like hearing all of it.
Yeah.
Good, bad. And like if it's bad, then I can just learn and get better.
Yeah.
You know?
It's an opportunity to grow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. Do you feel like there's things that people wouldn't necessarily know about Pilates instructors? Like, is there anything that, I don't know, people just could know a little bit better?
Yeah. I guess coming from like an office job, and like I've mentioned, I've been working at an office for 5 years. It is so incredibly draining to be teaching, even though I'm not working like full 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm probably working like anywhere from like 20 to 30 hours. And that's like enough for me to work. I'm used to like literally like my last job, I had my own little office with my own little desk in it. I'm either like on the computer or on my phone, like working or whatever. And I'm just not talking to anyone.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm only talking in like meetings and stuff and like little quick chats like here and there. Like, how are you? Like with my other coworkers. But like talking so like now from that to like talking so much now, it is actually kind of draining and it's kind of surprising. Because for me, like I love to talk. I love to yap.
Yeah.
With all my girlfriends. But like I didn't think about like, wow, like yapping all day and then doing that like almost 7 days a week.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at the same expected energy level, right?
Yeah.
You're not just like chatting with girlfriends. You're expected to have the same high energy, that same like hype energy the entire time.
Yeah, exactly.
While you're teaching, explaining, cueing. Like it's like public speaking for 4 hours straight. Like we were just talking about how it gets harder and harder to teach like longer blocks.
Yeah,
You don't realize you have to give yourself that time in between.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's just something that I also I realize. Also, I feel like because I'm used to like sitting all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I'm like standing, pacing, walking around, like maybe even like demoing, like adjusting people, like damn, like standing up.
Yeah.
I just like realized like my hips are like so sore. And it's like, wow, I barely did anything today. You know? Yeah.
I check my like Apple Watch at the end and I'm like, oh, I got 10,000 steps in and it's 10:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
It's
I
crazy.
literally check my Apple Watch too. And
I live for it. It's like my little reward for like walking around teaching that whole time. Yeah.
Honestly, like good for us though. 10,000 steps before 12.
Yes. It's crazy.
Yes. No, it's good for us.
Yeah.
I love that for us.
Anyways, let's circle back. Tell me what initially got you into marketing.
Wow. Definitely back in my college days. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do in college. I went to a community college first, so still trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I think I changed majors like 4 times.
Honestly, who didn't though?
Yeah. I was just trying to figure things out. Back in high school, I was a photographer, and I was always had that creative mind.
Yeah.
So coming into college, I kind of knew like I didn't want to be in that artistic field, like art field, being a photographer like full time. So I was like, okay, well, let me just like look at different majors. And then I came across communication. So that was what I ended up majoring. It was just broad. I can be anywhere. So wherever career I decide, I can just go wherever. And then it was like time for me to like maybe get an internship. I was like, okay. So I was looking up a few internships. Nothing was really like hitting me. And then I actually met someone like at a restaurant, and she was saying, hey, I work at a magazine company. It was like a local magazine company here. And she's like, I host like events and I'm a marketing director there. I would love to have you like intern.
That's cool.
I was like, okay, I'll try it out. I did it. And probably the most fun semester I've had. Yeah. It was super fulfilling. I loved whatever she was doing. So I was like, yeah, when I get older, I want to do what she does. Like she was like, it was so super cool. So I was like, okay, yeah, I probably want to be doing marketing, probably want to do events. So I kind of went with that. And then by the time I graduated college, I was looking at, I guess during college, I just got a full-time job during my last semester of college. And I was a marketing and PR assistant. So then I was dealing with like different clients, helping them with like marketing strategy. And then that was around the time like social media was like really blowing up. Yeah. So
it really popped off.
Yeah. So my boss was like look on like social media, marketing, like see like what you can do with that. And I was like, okay. So I looked into it, and honestly, I had a lot of fun with it. Yeah. So the company, after I got hired as like a social media like assistant or specialist, I guess, and then kind of working from there, moved up, went becoming like a social media manager.
Wow.
At another company after. So yeah, and I loved it. It was super fun, and I liked how it was also a little bit more creative, like getting onto my like photography side, like making videos, editing photos, and all this stuff. So I really
get to now use your photography to now create something through social media.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I love doing that, and it was super fun.
Okay, so you love that. Sounds like you did very well. We're very successful at it. What made you decide to transition to Pilates rather than getting another like social media marketing job?
Yeah. So honestly, like that was like my first thought, like after like my immediate thought, like after I got fired, I was like, okay, here I go, like looking for a job again, you know, like going online. And then,
indeed, like, here I come.
Yeah. Or like even like, oh, God, I got to edit my resume again.
Yeah.
Fill it all in. And I just knew like, well, first off, like I knew like job market is just horrible right now. It's just so hard. And I knew that it'd probably take me 6 months to like maybe a year to get a new job, to like find someone that would actually like take me.
And the job that you would want, right? Because it is very oversaturated, especially in social media right now.
And some companies are like scams.
Yeah,
okay?
For sure.
Yeah. And that's horrible. But also I was like, you know what? Like I've been in this like office job in a corporate company for 5 years. I honestly kind of needed a break. And if anything, like once I got fired, it kind of lifted like a huge weight off my shoulder. I was like, oh my God, I feel free. Yes, I was stressed in my mind, but like honestly, like my body just felt so relaxed. I don't know how to explain it, but it just felt like I felt light as a feather. Type thing. So I was like, you know what? Like this kind of feels nice. A little like break from the office.
That's like a sign though. If your body feels that way after leaving a job, like it's probably was meant to be if you're feeling lighter.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, you know, maybe I don't want to look for another office job. Like maybe I want to like, and then also I knew that I was in the process of getting like my Pilates certification done and almost being a Pilates instructor. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get all my hours in now and then just start working, like start becoming a Pilates instructor. And and that's what I did. And honestly, like no regrets. And also another thing, I didn't want to work with men anymore.
I can understand.
Blue collared men, like no.
It can be tough in corporate America. It's very tough. And even with the help of HR, it's not always what you expected it to be.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, and also just like with my previous experience in my last company, like I was the only woman in the office.
Oh, wow.
So it's just like,
that's tough.
Yeah. That just gave me a really bad taste in my mouth and my like experience. And I knew like, damn, if I find another office job, like I know it'll kind of be like that similar situation, like maybe probably more women, but like definitely more men, you know? So
that's so interesting to go from such a masculine work environment to such a feminine one.
Yeah.
Right now you mostly work with all women.
I know.
So completely polarizing.
Yeah, which I love. And actually the job that I had, the company I worked at before, it was mostly all women too. I used to work in like bridal fashion.
Yeah.
So that was also like mostly women. And that was also like super fun. And we just, you know, we're just girls who love to yap and have a little fun, you know? Same thing with here. We love to like yap, hang out, do Pilates.
It's very safe, very feminine. Yeah. It makes it feel less corporate, less stressful. Yeah.
Exactly.
Takes that edge off. Oh, I'm so glad that you made that switch. How long before you ended up getting fired were you starting that Pilates certification program? Like, was it pretty quick transition?
I got fired. I started like my Pilates certification 3-4 months before.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. 3-4 months before. I have to think. Yeah.
Really good timing then.
Yeah, really good timing. I did like I did most of my hours already by the time
Wow.
I got let go. So I was just like, okay, just got to finish up just a small little chunk and then I can just go right in, Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Wow, that was perfect then. Okay, Allison, thank you so much for sharing all of that insight with us today about the transition from the corporate world to teaching Pilates. Can you tell all of our listeners where they can find you if they want to come take one of your classes?
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Yes, I'm Allison. I mostly teach at the Costa Mesa location Monday, Wednesdays, Thursdays, Fridays. I also teach at the new Fountain Valley location Wednesday nights and Friday nights for Forte Mat Pilates. And then I also teach at Laguna Hills on Sunday mornings.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And again, my name is Alexa. I teach at Core. I teach honestly at all of the locations. I teach Monday through Friday mornings. So any 6:30 a.m. class, you can find me there. Again, this is Not My Forté. Thank you so much for having us. We'll see you next time.